Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us. As you know, I like to bring people every now and again to this platform so that we can have discussions about all the wonderful work that everyone is doing. And today, the person that I have brought forth
Mm. Mm.
like the echo.
It's echoing.
Oh, okay, so if you, because I don't like that echo, I'll just, I don't know why the echo. So what I'll do is I'll just record it and post it.
Okay. 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 No need to go live. That life is giving that sound, echoing sound.
We'll feel how well.
I think it's the live.
Yeah, yeah. So, so let's just record it. We'll just record it and then it could go from there. So hold on. So, okay. All right, starting. Uh, Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. As everyone knows, I like to bring people forth to have conversations about the wonderful work that they are doing, regardless of the area in which they occupy. Because I do enjoy having conversations with people about the changes that they are making and the contributions that they're also making to make our world a better place. And today it is with joy that and my distinct pleasure to bring forth Ms. Julie Agbamoy-Iroyle, who is the founder of One Voice TV in Nigeria. And she is a remarkable woman who has spent and continues to spend much of her time promoting the culture of the Owan people in Edo State of Nigeria. She's a graduate of the University of Benin, where she studied accounting, and has been very active not only in the cultural scene, but also in promoting mental health awareness in Nigeria. She also works in the hospitality industry, where she continues to make strides. She's, in my judgment, a pride of Ora, which is a part of Owan that she's from. I am going to be expecting her to tell us a lot more about her work and a lot more about Ora and Owen and Edo State. Ms. Iroyle, welcome.
Thank you, sir. Good evening.
Yes, so how are you doing today?
I'm fine, sir.
All right, so tell us what Nigeria is like right now, the weather, the people, and what's going on, what's the latest, how are things in Nigeria right now?
Yes. So let me first of all introduce myself. My name is Irege Juliana Agbamoy. I am from Ebiobe Ora, Owan West, popularly known as Sabogida, Ora, Edo State, Nigeria. I love using Eyobe Ora because that is who we are. That is our identity. The name Sabongida Ora is a name give like we always say, it's a name given to us by the Hausa settler, and I hope we change that someday. I'm a content creator, a storyteller, cultural educator. I'm dedicated to preserving our culture, our language, traditions, and of the Owan people and Edo people as a whole.
So what is the difference between the Owan people and the Edo people? When you make that distinction, what exactly are you suggesting?
Yeah, Owan is part of Edo, is a local government from of Edo State. We migrated, Owan people migrated from Edo State through our forefather Ugwan, who bettered the Ora Ekpe you can see at the junction of Ebiobe Ora.
Yeah,
So we are originally Benin, Benin people who migrated and settled in Owan land.
right. So there is that historical relationship, is what you're saying, between the people of Ora and the people of Benin. All right. So is that still recognized and acknowledged today, or is it just a dot in history?
No, it's not just history, it's still recognized. Even the Benin people, they acknowledge, they know us. Like in the palace, they respect people from Ora because they know that we are from the palace. I believe that is oral history tells us that we are senior. We are
Right,
senior. So the Benin people, it had that is in the history that we don't bow to the Oba and it's confirmed. So it's been acknowledged.
right. So that's interesting. And the history continues to carry on. But one of the things that I've noticed from my trips to Nigeria and also interacting with many people from Ora is that Ora people generally don't teach their children the history, or even many Ora children that I know don't even speak Ora. And I know even some of those that are growing up in Ora, not even outside of Ora. They, their parents speak to them in English language, even in Ora. And so I am wondering what you think about that history carrying on. Do you think that if we look down the road, maybe in the next 10 years, that many young people are still going to know this history?
Yeah, I realize that is what I realize that many young people don't know little about oral history and culture. Even many they don't even speak their oral language. Even people that are born in Sabogida Ora, people that are born in Owan, children, they don't speak Owan language to them. Because I have traveled several times to Ora, tried to communicate with little children. They will tell you, I no sabi I no sabi speak oral o, you understand, I no sabi speak Owa. I say how? But you people are staying in Owa, you are staying in Ora and you are saying you don't know how to speak Ora. So dat gave me That gave me the courage to say, okay, let me start bringing this thing to the media, teach oral in the media, tell people, encourage people to embrace their culture. Because if you neglect your culture, your way of life, like what is happening in South Africa right now, they are telling them to go back to their home, go back to your home, because that place does not belong to them. What if there is crisis tomorrow? What will you tell your child? Okay, let me quickly tell my child to go, to run. You cannot tell. You say, okay, can you speak English? You say, run. But if you know your language, you know how to speak your language, you can just say, or in the case of kidnapping, like they were introducing one woman, say, how did you now tell your children to run? She said, I spoke my language. When they said I should say something to my person, I now tell them, don't come oh, don't bring money oh, I use my language. But in the case of Owa, I saw that, I said, no, let me start documenting our history, let me start documenting our language, let me start teaching our language. And while doing that, I received so many calls from people in diaspora. I even one woman even gave me two of her children to be teaching oral language in the UK. I taught them for some time before they are now stop. I have to relocate. So if we leave our language, what are we going to fall back on? If there is crisis in Nigeria today and you want to communicate with your children, how are you going to communicate? What will you pass down to them? So that gave me the encouragement to say, no, let me start doing this. I'm going to start promoting our culture by all means through social media, YouTube, Facebook. I was doing it on Twitter sef. There was a time I was doing it on Twitter. I would just post. So I have that passion to make our people reconnect to their roots.
Yeah, thanks for doing that work. When I was growing up in Nigeria, as you know, I am from Ora myself. And when I was growing up, our father, would not let us speak English at home. And he would say, in this home, you are not going to speak the language that money is buying. Once you walk into his house, you are going to speak the language that God gave you for free. And that's all right.
Mhm. Mhm.
You say English is a language that I'm purchasing for you through education, Western education that you're
Education, yeah.
receiving. But the one that you are blessed with, for free is the one you will speak the moment you walk into this house. And so I am happy that he did that because I speak it, and I I love the fact that I can. And
Hope
so,
you hope hope your children can speak oral
well,
too.
that's the challenge, I think, from a lot of us in my generation, even those who are there in Nigeria. Our children don't speak, or don't even, and it's not the fault of the children because the children want to. My children, for example, like when they were growing up, they kept asking me to teach them how to speak Korean.
Yes.
They kept asking, and if I could turn back the clock, I would take the time to do that. But it's really one of those things when you can speak the language that of your heritage, it makes great sense and it really expands the horizons for you. So why did you become interested in doing this? You went to
You
school
said?
for accounting, uh, but why did you become interested in? promoting oral culture?
So I was always, when I was in Uniben, I like when they will ask me, where are you from? I will always tell them I'm a proud daughter of Ora. So they start calling me proud daughter of Ora. So I became, there I started developing, okay, since you are so proud, I have one worry friend, girlfriend, she said, Julie, why do you always say you are a proud daughter of Ora? I said, are you not proud of Ora? I'm proud of Ora people. She said, yes, Ora people are good people. Several people that I have met, they said Ora people are good people. Owa people are, they are very good people. People that are good, went there to go to work, and anytime I came in contact with them, they will say, ah, you are from Ora, you are from Owa. I say, yes. That you people, you are very nice people. So why when I was, like I said, I don't know if I've ever told you that I didn't grow up to know my father. I was 3 months old when I lost my father. So we didn't really grow up in Ebiubeura. Our house is by the junction. That is going to Uhomura, that sharp corner where that is Agbodion. We have a Agbodion family there. So in the Agbodion, that is my uncle. So we will always go there sometimes. Nobody knows. Only our mom, our dad and sister. She's late now. You say, come and sit down on my lap. Come and sit down on my lap. I say. So I started saying, okay, for me to identify with my people, I need to start talking because nobody really know us. Nobody really know me. I will say, okay, I'm from Eyobeura, but nobody know me. Nobody know my father. You understand? So I said, okay, let me start telling our story, promoting our culture. And through this means now, people know me, people know where I am from. People have been able to, identify with me. Like the other time, Uncle Desmond, he came home, say, okay, come with me, let's go to Ora. So we went to Ora. If I did not come out to start promoting our culture, nothing like that would have happened. You discovered me through this means too. So that is what gave me the courage. I say I must make my father proud. My father must not be lost. So I have to fight to belong to my people, to identify with my people. That's what
Right.
gave me the courage.
That's good. You mentioned Desmond. His family home is in that same area that you described, but a sharp corner, right?
Yes, Alufoka, yes.
Yes, so his family home is in that area. And the Uvians, I don't know if you know the
Yeah.
Uvians and the Oratohais, those homes are in that same area. And
Yeah, nobody really know us that much.
yeah,
Not really know.
that's interesting. So it's a small world. So, since you have been doing this and you've just described how you have met some of us through this work and how we have, you know, been interacting through this work, um, do you think that maybe other people are getting interested in knowing more and more about oral culture because they are seeing what you're doing?
Yes, yes. You can see. I don't know if you are a fan of Facebook. Like people have beginning to come out and be so proud of their village, their hometown. Before, people they are not that proud. If you say, where are you from? They will be ashamed to say, I'm from Oke, I'm from Eme, I am from Obiokwan, because they think it's a small. village. You understand, they will be kind of, but since I started doing all this, people from Emine, Ogute, all those small small village, they are now happy. I'm proud of my village, I'm proud of my place, I'm proud of, some people just call me say thank you very much, continue what you are doing, you are making us proud. One man called me from, is it from China? He said he has been at home, that is he left home since 30 years ago, that he saw my work on Facebook. That now she said, do you know where I'm calling you now? I'm inside one thick place in China. He said, thank you very much. That, because there was a video that I did when I went to Ora January time. So I went to so many village to just do small small video and now post it. Do you know this place? Do you know this place? So some of them, they even cite their ancestral home. They cite their place. They one said, I saw my father's house, and they are now proud. Before, who will come out and say I'm from here? If you go social media, everybody want to identify with their place. Everybody are happy. They want to show off where they come from. They want to show off. They are very proud. If you say, okay, where are you from? I'm from, see, South Africa now. They are proud of their place. This is my place. Go to your place. Go to your home. If you don't have a home, you don't have identity. Even if you are living in any state, any country, your home, that your name that you are bearing, even if you change your name, that your roots will always be there.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up. There are multiple things that I want to address from what you brought up. One is about you mentioned, okay, amen, have you been of your wine? Or is a clan with multiple towns.
Mm.
How many towns are in Aura? Six or seven?
See,
Six, okay.
see, like Uhomora, we have Uhomora, we have Eme, we have Ebiobe, we have Oke, we have Obiokwan, then we have it's six. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yes, we have here.
Okay. Yeah, so, and it's interesting to see how Aura has continued to evolve. But there is something you said earlier about how I'll come back to this, but you said something earlier about how Sabongida, people talk, it's always been called Sabongida Aura, but the traditional name was Eviode, and you would like to see it go back to the traditional name. How did it become Sabongida?
Yeah, it's true. Hausa people that came to settle in Ora, the Hausa farmers, Hausa traders, they migrate to from one of our one village, okay, sorry, one village to other village to trade. So the Sabogida in Hausa mean a new home, a new home, a new place. So that name became, okay, I'm going to Sabongida Ora. Maybe when they finish selling their wares, I'm going to Sabongida, their new found location. Their new found location. That is what Sabongida is. So that is why we have to start working towards changing that name, and we can do it. We can do it. Ebiobe, it doesn't make any sense calling our name Hausa name. Even people from other states, other tribe in Edo state, they go say you people na wey dem dey call, wey dem give Hausa name, una never fit change una name. Na na we you go come dey talk to. Make una go change una name first. You understand? So I just hope that our leaders sees this and start working towards changing that name.
When you talk about leaders in everything, it's also the case, isn't it, that right now Aura does not have a king, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm aware.
right. So there has been an issue there where Aura is in the process of getting a new king, but has been in that process for some years. It has not been resolved. So when you're talking about leaders, what are you referring to as far as the traditional structure of leadership in Eliode?
Yeah. Starting starting with our traditional leaders, then our leaders in political offices.
Yes, but that would have to be, so would it have to be the whole of Aura that will come together to try to make that change, or would it have to just be people from Eliode?
The whole of Ora.
And then the current speaker of the legislature is from Aura, right? Of the
Ora.
state, the state legislature.
Yeah, it's from Ora.
Okay. Does he know that people would like this change to happen?
Yeah, I've been seeing my videos and I came in contact. He contacted me once and I went with him to Ora when he went to then donate some mattress and farms to General Hospital in Sabo, Ida. So I went with him. So I did not have time to actually talk with him. So I believe on another day, or maybe I'll put it in writing just to tell him you should be working towards this too. And leaders in Abuja, we still have, okay, we have Iyanwere, that is from Uzeba.
Yeah,
So
isn't he like the deputy chief whip of the federal House of
yeah,
of the House?
yeah,
Yeah.
Senator Iyanwere.
Okay. So yeah, I try to keep up with some aspects of um, that because I really do love Aura. It's my homeland. It's a place that I am always very proud to call my homeland. Um,
Yeah.
and so,
And not, please sorry, and not only traditional leader and people in government, even our top oral men in diasporas, they can come together and oral associations in different country, and put head together just to make sure this thing come to pass, this dream come to pass.
okay. So the another thing you mentioned was, you talked about names, Aura names. And one good thing about Nigeria is that when people hear your name, they know where you're from. It has always been the case. It's not a new thing that that there are always people from Aura who carry Aura names because their families are from Aura. And so they grow up with these Aura names. And you see them in Lagos, in other parts of Nigeria, and you say you're from Aura, and they will say yes. And but then they will say to you, but I don't know where Aura is. I've never been there. And these are adults. They've never been there
Mm.
because their parents never took them there. What is your message to these Aura parents who are raising children outside of Aura?
My honest message to oral parents, please try as much as possible to tell your children where you come from, your roots, and try to identify them with with your root, because that is who you are. You cannot run away from it. That is who you are. And try and give your children oral name. Let them bear oral name, not other people's like Yoruba name. And our people are fond of giving Yoruba. I know we have boundary with Yoruba people, so it's not that hard for them to just name their children Yoruba name. But instead of Yoruba name, try and be giving them. They should go to my YouTube and search for names. So I'm going to be bringing out many names. That is, I'm going to document names like 100 for male and for female, so that they can just go there and pick. And I'll try to bring up my website too, so that they will go there and just pick a name for their children. They should try. They should stop. You can name your children. No, Jesus, Jesus. Can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly. Go ahead.
So they should try and give oral name to their children. You cannot run away from your identity. Like every other tribe, you see Yoruba people, they are so proud of their place. They are proud. When they name their children, they even if they are in London, anywhere in the world, they always name their children. I watched one challenge on TikTok. Children that were born in UK, they came to do challenge. Say I am from, where in Yoruba land are you from? I'm from Osun State. What is your Yoruba name? You know, they start saying it. My name is this, my name is this. I was just laughing. I saved the video, I was just laughing. I said, God, my people should emulate these people. My people should
These are part of, this is a collection of some of your work. And so I think it's extensive. It's quite extensive. But when we are talking about names, I see here you have 35 powerful Owa names for boys. And here you have
yeah, it's there.
25 powerful Owa girl names with deep meaning.
Yeah.
Tell us about two names for boys and what they mean. Because one of the things I've always liked about Owa, not just Ora, is that the names always have meanings. And
Meanings, yeah.
yes, and they're always given sometimes often based on the circumstances of the family.
Based on yeah, surrounding, yeah. That
Yeah,
is how they mean.
right. So tell us some like two or one names for boys, and why would someone give those names to their children and what they mean?
Is it the ones with parable? Just
Just any names you can think of. Two
we
names,
have names like Ohio Simua.
which means,
Ohio Simua, which means is God that save. If God is God that save man.
right. And also then when one is facing difficulty, so on, you have to just depend on God, that God
On
will
God.
save,
Yeah.
right? Okay,
Yeah.
beautiful. So give us another name. Oyasimwa, but is Oyasimwa a first name or a last name?
The first thing,
Oh, okay. So I
yeah,
can, yeah, so you can give Oyasimwa to a child. I thought, okay,
yeah, Ohio
okay,
Simua. You can
beautiful.
give it to a child, and yeah.
Be-
Then you have Aigbodion. That one is a message. Aigbodion means you don't beat your senior. You don't disrespect your senior.
Right. That is very consistent with the African general African tradition that
Yes.
you must respect your senior, someone who is older than you are. and also that older people are wiser, and they know more than the younger ones do. Yeah, that's lovely. So give us like two names for girls, which like yeah, like two names for girls. So I see all of you.
Ol-
Okay,
Olohideba.
okay. What does that mean?
Olohideba means who God's with.
Right, but I'm sure that there is more to that. Elohideba something something, right?
Yes, Olohideba, who's God's with. No man can harm or no man can cause.
Yeah,
That is Olohideba.
Elohideba. Okay. And what about another one? Another one for girls.
Idolohi.
Okay. Idolohy. What does that mean?
Idolohi is you cannot suggest for God.
Hmm. That is very interesting. So now tell us about the meaning of your name.
Agbamoyin
Hmm.
is a message, just a message for maybe for siblings or in a community. Agbamoyin means when this one have, there will be peace.
Which means
There will
also,
be yeah, there will be progress in that family. It's
right,
not only person that okay that is agbamoyin. Ọ̀nàhàmọ́yìn nọ́nàmọ́yìn érèmemọ́họmọ.
which means
um
actually that's really what from our Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton, that was the motto for her campaign when she ran,
Oh,
when she ran for president. Simply, we are stronger together.
to get that, yes,
We are stronger
yes.
together. That was the message. And so that is really great. So the I know that we are coming down on time, but where do you see your work, all of this? Where do you see it going, let's say in the next um, 2 years or 5 years? What do you hope to accomplish with all of this that you're doing? Where do you see yourself? Where do you see this work?
So I hope to get more people to learn their language, to love their language, to like some people now they send me, they say please give me good name for female. I hope to bring people together and I hope to make sure that people embrace this one, like are proud of where they come from. They can boldly give their children a name, and I plan to produce some educated materials. I'm working on it so people can go there and learn. So many people want to learn. No, I cannot be present all the time, so I can just put it there. They will just go there and learn. That is my one of my goal
Yeah,
to
I'll tell you this. My children know and love Aura. They've been there. My children have been to Aura and they love the place. They know it's my heritage and therefore their heritage. And they would be happy also to see these videos of learning the language.
yeah,
We talk through them together. And there is some joy in knowing where you're from and having
yeah.
the children know where you're from. I just want to show one more time how extensive your work is and to direct people to visit our Voice TV and just taking a look at the breath. of your work. I'm going to ask you, this is our One Voice TV on, and so you have done a lot of work, good work, and continue to do that. And I really do wish you well. But I'm going to I'm going to end by asking you one final question. At this point in the evolution of or a culture or a history and or a people, what do you think Aura needs to get to the next level of development?
What Aura needs is unity. I don't think there is unity among our people. That's why it's taking so long to produce a king. I don't know if I should call it a king or OJ.
Mm.
It's because there's no unity. Where there's unity, there is development. Like there's one parable in a place in Ora. It say, ozi ha amụrụ kiki, ihe ọmụrụ ede. Emi yo meti sha. Because as fish is bringing it out, crab is taking it inside, or crab is taking it out, fish is taking it inside. So what we need first is unity and sincerity.
We need
Should
unity.
be Yes, and sincerity. We should be sincere with ourselves. And truth. When you see the truth, you say it. Don't be shy away from the truth because of what you are going to benefit. If you see the truth and you know that truth will help oral to develop, you say it. Don't say because they want to give you money, or then you are now shying away from saying the truth.
Right. There is one.
And Ora Ebiobe need, I think, that roundabout, and that roundabout, you have road to Eme, road to Commercial Road, road to Oke, then road to just like six junction, right? It's six road. Ehen. That road, those major roads that came to connect that junction need to be worked on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They need to be properly constructed. If they go to other people junction, you see how beautiful. Not just going there to paint Ora Ekpe. More work is needed to be done in that place, especially that major road that connects that center. Need gutter. If you walk through Sabo, I don't think Sabo have drainage or gutter. They don't. Just flat tie road to this, you understand? So what we need that road to be tied properly with gutter or good drainage system to beautify the city that leads to various villages.
Right. Well, I said I was asking the last question, but you talked about unity and so on. And so this is a difficult question. You don't have to answer. And if, you know, I find that in many parts of Nigeria that used to be really united, the accent of different versions of Christianity, of the different, the rise and increasingly so of a different version of Christianity from what people always knew. Was really what led to much of the disunity, as some people began to look at the other people as not good enough Christians and not wanting to associate with even family members anymore who were still going to the traditional churches, who were still like, you know what I'm talking about. And so and then began to look at some other family members as pagans because they were practicing aspects of the African traditional religion. And so they didn't want to look at them. And this is a version of Christianity that also teaches people to be suspicious of their neighbors. And now you have enemies everywhere and the devil and so on. And I know that that has really affected many parts of the culture, not just in Nigeria, not just Nigeria, but in other parts of Africa. So I am wondering to what extent you think that has happened, if at all, in Ora. Because I know that in Ora now, for example, in Sabo, somebody was just telling me that in area there alone, there are, I don't know how many churches now. In Ora, I heard that there are so many churches now. And it just sort of baffles me that the more churches that arise in Nigeria, the more disunity there is, the more suspicion, the more social problems. So I wonder if you see what I'm talking about and if that.
Yes, I understand.
So I'm not sure to what extent that has affected Aura at all.
Hmm.
You don't have
Hmm.
that question because you are on the ground. I don't want you to be held to somebody
Hmm.
say. So, yeah. So, but again, the Aura people are very religious, and I think that many people would say that the spirituality, not religion, but the spirituality of the Aura people has been one thing that has held up the community. And so I pray and hope, and I pray that your vision for Aura continues to get accomplished and that you have the strength to continue to do all this good work. And,
Amen.
and I'm going to send this recording to as many people as possible from our. This has been a very good time. And just give us your final words.
Thank you so much for having me. So I urge our people, please and please. I know you guys, you know me very well. You call me one daughter. Please, what I'm trying to do is just to kind of not make our children to, should I use that name, lost? I don't know. Just try and I don't bring them close to home, like to their roots. Make them speak their language. You can go to my YouTube and pick some materials. I promise I'm going to drop so many so that children can start going there, adults can start, most adults even call me say they have started learning. I say thank God. Can start going there and start learning even if it's not that much, at least the basic. The basic is very, very important. So that's all. Thank you all for having me. Thank you, sir, for
You're,
this opportunity.
you're very welcome. Let's stay in touch and see how we continue to contribute to the development of our homeland.